It's on.
From Bethel High School. I was waiting. WHCN's Cable Channel 46 presents Peninsula District Boys Basketball. The Hampton Crabbers visiting the Bethel Bruins. Good evening, everybody. I'm Tim Cole along with Bob Hintz and Bob Killen. We welcome you to Bethel High School for this contest between the Bruins and the Hampton Crabbers. Let's go to the other side of the court right now. Bob Hintz has head coach Walter Brower of the Hampton Crabbers.
Well, Coach, you've had a rough couple of days, I know, because Johnny Story's been out with a virus. You and I talked about that, but you're also going to miss a muffin tonight.
Yeah, we found out after we got over here, Mr. Limerick reevaluated, and we felt it best that he set out tonight. Hopefully he can go Tuesday night. Both of them should be ready Tuesday night.
Well, I know you got to be proud the way the other kids are playing because you've been in every game. You're missing a kid that's been averaging 20 points, 20 rebounds, yet your team is right in it.
Well, I got a bunch of kids that don't quit and they play hard. We emphasize that, play hard all the time. You know, you're going to have adverse situations every now and then. You just have to play through them.
Well, I tell you, you got to be proud of them because they are doing that.
Very proud, and we're really young, so, you know, it's going to help us down the stretch.
Good enough. Well, good luck to you tonight, Coach.
Thanks a lot.
I haven't figured this thing out. The guys got you coming up next.
All right, thank you, Bob, as we are looking at the Hampton Crabbers 5-3 in the district, 5-5 overall. Let's go back over to Bob. He's got head coach Craig Breon of the Bethel Bruins.
Oh, Craig, your team is starting to come together. I thought you played such a good game at Kickingham the other night, and I was so impressed with Reggie Proctor. And you told me how good this kid is, just a junior. But your other team, the rest of the kids are starting to play a little bit better too, aren't they?
Well, we've had so many close games this year, and our team has played real well. But what we've got to do tonight is play well in transition, got to take care of the basketball at the end, hit foul shots, and success happens when you do those kinds of things.
Well, and you said the key. Take care of the ball.
Yeah.
Don't be turning the ball over. Don't do silly things.
Yeah.
Play smart.
Yeah.
Now, this comes from experience.
Of course. I mean, we have a young ball team, but I think they're gradually improving every game. They see that they're playing well, and we just want to come out tonight, establish tempo from the beginning, and good ball game. I think it's going to be a good ball game for everybody.
I think it is too, and you're doing a good job over there.
Thank you, Bob.
Okay, good luck to you tonight.
Appreciate it.
All right, let's go back to Tim.
Thank you, Bob. And the Bethel Bruins 4-5, 6-6 on the season. There are the officials for tonight's contest: Royce Bowden, Pat Rosenau, and Verl Caldwell. They will be three officials for the contest this evening. Hampton 5-3 in the district, 5-5 overall, and they have suffered with a loss of Johnny Story for 2 games. They lost both of those games, and now this tonight will also exclude the appearance of Johnny Story, as well as Almondo Muffin Curry, who suffered an ankle injury. He also will not be suited up for tonight's contest. So 2 very key components to the Hampton basketball team in street clothes tonight.
Well, I talked to Coach Kaz earlier, and, you know, I asked him, I said, well, how come we not having introductions? He said, they got a new system, new scoreboards. It was working last night, but one of the wires or something messed up the scoreboard to our right, plus the PA system. So that's why we didn't have the national anthem, all that we normally have. But I appreciate Kaz letting me know. And I do want to thank you for helping Scotty and all the guys setting up today. Of course, Kai's only been here since 8:30 this morning, and it is now 10 after 8. So he's put in a pretty good long day.
The glamorous life on a Saturday night.
Of course, he gets the big bucks.
That's right. All right, let me show you the lineups here for the Crabbers. Now, this is an adjusted lineup. Zarif and Higgins, Robinson, Southern, and Alvin. It says Alvin Jones. I believe that's supposed to be Mac Jones.
No, it's
Alvin?
It's Alvin, but it's not
Alvin
Jones.
Holmes.
Alvin Holmes.
It was Mac Jones.
And
now
that may have
it's
been
Alvin
my
Holmes.
fault.
Okay. That is the starting lineup for the Hampton Crabbers, and we had to juggle real quickly to get that up there, and apologize for that. But it is Alvin Holmes, 00. There you see the lineup for the Bruins. Jeremy
It's also
Vann,
adjusted.
Johnson, Smith, Sam Davis, and Javier Faison to round out the starters for the Bruins. And we are underway. 8-minute quarters in high school basketball, no shot clock. And most of the time, there would never be a need for a shot clock in these games anyway.
But you'll see right away, Hampton's in the man-to-man. And we now have people standing in front of us again at that end. but there was a block shot or something happened. But anyway, the Crabbers ended up with the ball.
Hampton on the attack with two of their biggest players, not necessarily in height, but certainly in their importance, not dressed out for tonight's contest. Baseline jumper, no good, and the rebound comes off to number 34, Robinson.
Well, how important is Muffin Curry? Muffin Curry's the one that drew the charge as a sophomore that helped Hampton win the state championship 3 years ago.
Up at
and
Liberty.
How important is, and how important is Johnny?
Johnny scored.
Yeah, I was watching the con, but Johnny brings, he brings 20 rebounds, 20 points a game to the table. You lose that, other people got to step up.
Well, that'll be the storyline tonight is can the rest of this Hampton team step up? And that's a real good point. At the free throw line for the Bruins is Wendell Johnson, number 12. And he misses on the first of two.
Well, both of these teams have adjusted their lineup. Hampton because they had to, and Bethel because he wanted to try to get these kids to playing a little harder coming off the bench.
Bruins missed both of the free throws, and Robinson gets the board.
Well, Timothy Smith got a couple of touches on the ball, almost got it to tip back in.
This is Zarif to Higgins. Yep, that's the old football combo too.
and Tim, Bethel's playing more of a zone and forcing Hampton to take that outside shot. And Hampton will put the ball up from outside.
This is Samuel Davis trying to get the ball down low, and it's knocked away, and then a foul, reach-in foul.
It looked
and I
like
believe that's Davis that committed it. Yep.
He did. He just reached in and grabbed a hold of the crabber that stole the ball. No points, almost 2 minutes gone. Very uncharacteristic, both of these teams.
Seem a little tight. That's what happens when you get a change to your starting lineup. You're not used to being where you're playing, and it's taking a little bit to get on track, but the Crabbers do, in fact, score first, and that, I believe, was
Marcus
Higgins that got the basket. Again, my view was blocked by
Hampton is out in a 1-3-1 full court trap, and it worked.
And a nice soft roll.
Nathan Robinson got a nice roll on the ball that time. That's a shooter's touch.
And a steal. There's a foul. That'll be 2 shots.
Well, and that wasn't a bad foul, Tim. Don't give him the jam. Don't give him the crowd. Get the crowd into the game. Foul him and make the player get the 2 points from the foul line.
Here's the replay.
Nice steal here.
Yep, good steal. You're going to watch this as Higgins goes in. He is hammered, and he'll have to earn the 2 as Javier Faison got him. And Higgins misses the first of 2. So it was a good foul in the end, no question. Higgins gets 1 out of the 2. Partially blocked underneath. Ball is loose and finally controlled by the Crabbers. From deep in the corner, the 3-pointer is no good. And Davis with the board for Bethel. 5-0 Hampton. 5:10 to go in the first period.
Hampton's still playing man-to-man.
Off the rim, no good. The Bruins yet to buy a basket.
Jeremy Southern with the rebound.
Three-point attempt is no good, but the rebound chased down by Holmes. Holmes is open for 3, and the big guy hits it. So Alvin Holmes hits a 3, and a quick timeout, 22nd variety, is taken by Craig Brehan of the Bethel Bruins as his team is down 8-0.
Well, you got to get somebody to score some points. Bethel is not taking good shots. They're not getting any points. And, you know, if you don't protect yourself on your own home court, and I don't know how many shots the Bruins have taken, but, Tim, they're 0 for 0, or whatever they've shot, and this is your home court. This is where you practice all your games. You're supposed to know where the dead spots are and the good shot selection areas are.
And that replay showed you the reason that Brehon called timeout, down 8-0. Now we're back to the action. Hampton pressing, and again, almost stole the ball. Inside for Proctor. Davis. And a foul is charged to the Hampton Crabbers. Actually, that was number 11 going to the floor. That was Carlton.
And that foul was on Nathan Robinson, number 34.
That'll be the first on Robinson. Second team foul, and it'll be 2 shots coming for Philip Carlton.
And see, Bethel, what's that, 0 for 3 from the foul line?
0 for 3, yep. Just haven't gotten untracked.
You just feel like somebody's put a lid on that basket when you're coaching, and because I've had that feeling sometimes. You know, if somebody just would score one, maybe the rest of the team would get the idea that the ball will go through the hoop.
And the 0 for again, so it remains a shutout.
And Bethel is now in a man-to-man. A little out of control that time, and a nice tackle.
Yeah, but Marcus has got to remember this, Zarif rather has to remember this is the wrong form for the tackle.
Well, he kind of lost that ball and made a mistake, and then made another mistake by causing a foul. Hampton in a 1-2-1-1 full court press.
This is a three-pointer, no good.
That was way downtown.
Higgins gets the long rebound. He'll push it up across the timeline. Zarif, Holmes. Nice move underneath. Shot won't go down, however. And Proctor clears the boards for Bethel. Coast to coast, Jason Price can't get it.
There is something on that basket.
Back the other way, and a foul is called. 2 shots coming.
Tim, we will pick a player of the game from both of these teams tonight, and those players will receive a shirt and a plaque. The plaque comes from Buckwalter Engraving, located at Kickotan Road. For all your engraving needs, contact Jim at 723-6067. Dave Buckwalter is the owner. And the shirt comes from Island of Hardware and Sporting Goods. They're located in Poquoson. They can meet all your needs, the sports needs, with a full line of athletic goods, both team and individual, equipment and uniforms, plus screen printing. Call Dave Chubb at 868-8467. John Roberts is the owner.
And I want to remind everybody tonight's contest is being brought to you by Zooms, with 5 convenient Hampton locations, and Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. We appreciate our 2 corporate sponsors for tonight's contest. And the Bruins finally break the
finally.
shot.
I know that.
Tim
Craig
Smith.
Breon is wondering what was happening.
Tim Smith with the basket, and it's 10-2 in favor of the Crabbers. This is Holmes for Mac Jones in the ballgame now. Runner on the baseline won't go. Got his own rebound, put it up, and nothing but net. Marcus Higgins has 5 points.
Nice shot.
A good job of following his own shot by Higgins. And the lead is 10 again. Proctor will try the jumper, no good. And again, Higgins with the board. The no-look pass inside, and it's knocked away by the Bruins. Jason Price trapped against the backboard. Proctor with the rebound. Stick back is good.
Oh, wow, nice job. Looked like that was 23.
Tim Smith. So Smith has all of his team's points, and the lead is 8. Couple of substitutions getting set to check in for the Crabbers. This is Zarif. Guarded by Carlton. Shot from outside, no good. And a good job of hustling for the ball by Southern. Or check that, rather, that was Robinson. Rather.
Yeah, but it was just not a good shot. He was behind the rim.
And Tim Smith open for the easy shot. And then a jump ball, a simultaneous touch underneath. Possession arrow will give the ball to the Crabbers.
Now we got, who's that number? That's 32 coming in. That's Mac Jones.
Yep, 32 in the ball game.
I was looking for 33. That's the number he wears when he's carrying the football.
And Fred Conyers, number 20, checks in, and he's in the backcourt now, along with 24, Mario Tabron. That's Tabron with a shot, no good. Loose ball taken by the Crabbers, no good. And back comes Jason Price for the Bruins. Three-pointer, good.
Oh, look out. Somebody opened up the floodgate. That'll get you back in the game quick.
Carlton with the three, and the lead is 5, 12-7, as we approach the 1 minute mark here in the first period.
Both teams playing aggressive man-to-man now.
Southern shot off the mark.
Good
blocking
job.
out.
Yeah, good job of
You
blocking
see
out,
that.
Tim. No way that the Crabbers were going to get the ball that time.
Proctor underneath.
Somebody forgot their man. Proctor wide open. Good job that time by Jason Price spotting the open man.
Back the other way, in and out. Tim Smith with the board. Down by 3.
Has a chance to tie it with a three-pointer.
Wendell Johnson to Price, down low for Proctor. He got the basket and he's fouled.
Well, the Browers might be thinking about a quick 20-second timeout here. That puts him a chance right now. Proctor has a chance to do the old-fashioned three and get a tie game.
Scoreboard hasn't reflected the score yet, but it is 12-11.
Yeah, it's swept there now.
Yep.
And look at the fouls on
Mac Jones.
Mac Jones, okay.
Proctor with that low trajectory ties the ball game. So trailing 10-0. The Crabbers have seen
Oh, they got a 12-2 run.
12-2, and now it's 12-all. A 10-point run by the Bruins. You knew that lid was going to have to come off sooner or later. We're down to 12 seconds. Way outside, three-pointers, good. Mario Tabron.
And he knew that was in.
That one looked good as soon as he left his fingers. Jason Price traveled before the buzzer, but it happened so quickly they couldn't stop the clock. And we have completed one, and it's been a one-sided affair for the first 6 minutes. But then the last 2 minutes, the Bruins came alive as it's just a 15-12 score after one.
WHCS Channel 46 welcomes you to the Math Zone, a live televised interactive call-in program for students to get help with their math. Join Tyler Elementary teacher Cassandra Hamilton and Davis Middle School teacher Sherry Martin. Tuesdays and Thursdays from 5 p.m. to 6:30 p.m. Call 850-5426 and join the Math Zone.
Good crowd in attendance, and you can see them having a good time. Hey, we encourage you to get out there and enjoy high school basketball. It's a very inexpensive family outing.
And come early because they are at near capacity right now. I was talking to Coach Kozlowski, and they've shut the doors, not letting anybody else in, so they're at near capacity here at the Bruin Den.
Rebounds after one period, 12 for Hampton, 13 for Bethel, so as close as it can get, and the difference is the three-pointer just before the buzzer by Tabron. Second period underway, Bethel down by 3.
Now, the Crabbers are out in the zone.
Three-point attempt, no good. Holmes battles for the ball, and the battle is won by Johnson. Great block. Going the other way, no foul, contact.
We have a traveling at the other end.
This is Holmes. Marcus Higgins.
They're running a wheel offense.
Good block inside by Reginald Proctor.
But you got to come up with the ball. Bethel almost took off and didn't have the ball that time.
Jason Price will bring it across the timeline. The Bruins had trailed by as many as 10, back within 3.
Look like the Crabbers in a 1-3-1. Whoa, that 2 for him?
That is a 3-pointer for Wendell Johnson, his first, and we're tied at 15. And a traveling call against Southern.
Another turnover, and I know you talk about putting gray hair or losing hair on your head. That'll do it. Those unforced turnovers really hurt you as a coach.
4th turnover. And now the Bruins, believe it or not, can take the lead. And a pass underneath intended for Reginald Proctor, but he wasn't ready for it.
Well, that was a high-low offense that you pop one of your big men up on the foul line, and he turns around and gets it inside to the other big man, and just was not a good pass. Got to have a good entry pass.
Southern will drive and got it.
Nice drive that time by Jeremy. These two teams have kind of changed from one quarter to the next. The Crabbers are playing the zone, which the Bruins were playing the first time, and the Bruins are playing the man-to-man.
Proctor had the rebound but couldn't control it, and is finally taken by the Hampton Crabbers. Higgins, top of the key, short. Southern blocked out, and a good job of blocking out.
Excellent job by Johnson.
Caused Higgins, or rather Southern, to commit the foul.
And that's what you don't have to be big to block out. Just don't let the guy that you're guarding get his own rebound or follow his shot.
Now,
9 times out of 10, you'll get it.
You can't back into him, but you can prevent him from getting to the ball. So Hampton leading by 2. Bruins with a chance to tie or take the lead. Into Proctor. Proctor dishes right side.
Dish.
Doesn't go, but a foul is called.
That was a nice look by Proctor. Normally you see a big guy get the ball inside, he's going to shoot it. He found a guy breaking for the basket with a better shot. Unselfishness.
Foul is called against Marcus Higgins. That is his second. And Philip Carlton will have a chance at the free throw line for 2. Missed his only other attempts, and this time he is on the mark.
Well, he has a chance to tie it up. Bethel has only committed 3 fouls. The Crabbers have committed 6.
Just 1 out of 2. So the Bruins 2 of 7 so far from the free throw line. Not particularly good. And that's kindly.
Oh, nice block.
Tabron in the lane. No.
And 34, who was that? That's Robinson over the back.
Player control foul. Actually, I take that back. That's the 7th, so that will be
1-and-1.
1-and-1 time.
Looks like Mac Jones is back in replacing Robinson.
Might remember Mr. Jones.
Give him the ball, he'll
Give
run
him the
over
ball, Mr. Jones. He's built like a fire plug. There you see the Hampton bench. In the middle of that bench, Walter Brower, the head coach.
And he's assisted by Walter Brower Jr., Greg Watford, Mark Godwin, and Eric Brown.
Proctor with that low trajectory misses and will not get the bonus. Bruins just 2 of 8 from the free throw line here in the first half. Holmes from the outside, look down low. This is Mac Jones. Jeremy Southern. Nobody cutting to the basket. Now he picks up the cutter, and the foul is charged.
But what he shouldn't have to wait for the cutter. That cutter should be going through as the ball is being passed. It seems like the timing is off a little bit.
Jason Price is called for the foul. That's his first.
We talked about Craig Breon being the head coach. He's assisted over there by Chet Borby, James Daniel, and Dave Brown.
Mac Jones with the loose ball. Rebounds almost dead even here in the contest. 11 defensive bounds for Hampton, 4 offensive, 12 for Bethel, and 5 offensive. Proctor outside. This is a 2-pointer, no good. Long rebound is kicked outside. This is a 3-pointer, good. Wendell Johnson with his second triple. And the home team, Bruins, are up by a pair.
Well, it looks like Hampton is getting impatient with their offense.
Mac Jones.
And you see what he did? He protected the ball with his body. The only way they were going to block it was to foul him. Excuse me.
Also shuffled his feet. Definitely walked underneath the basket.
Yeah, he shuffled a little bit.
Now, in an effort to protect the ball, he got a double hop there, but it didn't get detected. Bob caught it. Mr. Killen over here.
Oh, eagle eye.
But it's only illegal if you get caught.
That's correct.
Bruins moving the ball around nicely. Can't get the long shot to drop, and the Bruins now go back on defense. Tied up at 19. Jeremy Southern off the glass, no good. And one shot is all they get. Back comes Bethel.
Bruins are doing a good job of blocking out.
Loose ball, scramble, and Hampton Crabber laying on the baseline, and it'll belong to the Bruins. Here's the replay of the three-pointer. We're back to the live action now with 2:56 to go in the half. And we got a pushing foul underneath on Holmes. Muscled the Bruin player away from the ball, and that sets up the 1-and-1 now. Going to the free throw line will be number 32, Samuel Davis. Davis's first trip to the free throw line this evening. And Davis earns the bonus. 2:51 remaining. Bethel by a point. Trailed by 10 at one point. Davis can only make one of two, however. So now Hampton will take it down the court, looking to take the lead back. Hampton, if you joined us late, playing without Almondo Curry and Johnny Story. Nice feed down low for Mac Jones.
And they found a weapon down there, getting inside the Mac. He'll protect the ball and get the two.
4
Hampton
points
in the 2-3 zone, excuse me, Tim.
4 points for Mac, and the lead is 1 for Hampton. Notice that unlike last week's game that we saw between between Bethel and Kecoughtan, Jason Price is not the only guy handling the ball. As far as the backcourt people are concerned, they're getting a lot more play from Philip Carlton and Wendell Johnson.
And that's probably a good move on Coach Breon's part. You don't want only one ball handler. You want to be able to rely on some other players if something happens, one of your players gets hurt or.
Holmes finds Jones, baseline jumper is good. So Mac Jones has a half a dozen, and the lead is 3 for Hampton.
Coming off the bench, doing a good job is Mac.
Down to 90 seconds remaining in the half. Shot from outside is off the mark. Jeremy Southern with the board. This is Tabron. Guarded by Johnson. Southern, I'm told, with 6 rebounds as Alvin Holmes hits his second triple.
Who has 6 rebounds?
Mac Jones.
Wow.
And Holmes hits the 3. Now returning the favor is Wendell Johnson with his 3rd triple of the first half. So just like that, pair of threes, and we're back to a 3-point Hampton lead. Less than a minute remaining in the half. And Jones got caught that time.
Yeah, he did a little shovel step that Kellen caught earlier. That time he did it out in the front where everybody could see it.
And quick substitution here. Tim Smith will check back in, and he'll replace Samuel Davis for the last 41.3 seconds, or at least would appear to be for that time. Bruins down by 3. May settle for the last shot here. Try to get it inside. They do to Smith, and Smith will fire it up too strong. And the rebound comes off to him.
I waited for the last shot if I was Coach Breon, but
Zarif now. Tabron to Holmes. We're down to 15 seconds. 10 seconds. Holmes from way outside. He's got a couple of threes. They can't see. The clock is at the other end, and it's stolen by Smith to Jason Price, who will not get the shot away in time.
And that's the disadvantage of not having a clock at the other end.
No question about it. The Hampton Crabbers cannot see a clock behind the basket while they were shooting, so they didn't know the time was on there. And then the Bruins got a last-second attempt away, but it would not have counted. Price missing just after the buzzer sounds. So we're at halftime. The score is Hampton 26, Bethel 23. We'll return to Bethel High School right after this brief timeout. As you watch some of the replay of the first half, let me run down the statistics for you.
There's one of the three-pointers.
At halftime, the Bethel Bruins and the Hampton Crabbers, they were a 3-point difference after one, and each team scored exactly the same number of points in the second period. But the Crabbers got out to a 10-0 lead, and then the Bruins have climbed right back into this thing, and primarily on the strength of Wendell Johnson's shooting, as he had 3 threes for 9 points, 5 points for Reggie Proctor, 4 points each for Tim Smith and Philip Carlton, and 1 point for Samuel Davis. But the Bruins could have made it a lot more productive. They hit only 3 out of 10 free throws in the first half. For the Bruins, they had a total of 20 rebounds in the first half, 14 defensive and 6 offensive boards, 21 rebounds for the Crabbers, so the rebounding is almost identical. Just 2 more turnovers in the first half for Hampton than Bethel. They had 8, Bethel 6. The steals were 3 for Hampton, 2 for Bethel. And the assists were 8 to 6. The turnovers were identical at 6 apiece for the teams. For Hampton, they were paced by Mac Jones, who had 6 points, along with Alvin Holmes, who also had 6 points, his coming on 2 threes. 5 points for Marcus Higgins, 3 points for Mario Tabron on a 3-pointer, and then 2 points for Nathan Robinson and Jeremy Southern, as well as Hakeem Zarif. And again, Johnny Story and Muffin Curry not in the contest tonight. Hampton 3 out of 4 from the charity stripe in the first half. So it's a 3-point game as we get set to start the third quarter. And that time pretty well, huh?
Yes, you did. And the Crabbers start off with the ball, going to our left this time, changing baskets. Looks like Bethel's going to come out in a man-to-man again.
So the Crabbers up by 3. Jumper by Mac Jones won't stay down, and back come the Bruins. Long lead pass, just a little too long.
Well, that was intended for Proctor. Real impressed with Proctor in the game against Kecoughtan. Was a player of the game in that contest. But you got to take care of the ball. You get a rebound, you go down, and you don't want to turn it over. And coaches don't like these unforced errors. Hampton running a motion offense. Nice shot that time by Zarif.
3-pointer for Zarif from the corner. And that doubles the lead now to 6.
Now Hampton in a 1-2, 1-1 full court trap. And you want to get the ball in the middle, go over the top of it. And the Bruins did a good job that time of breaking the trap.
Proctor inside, gets hammered, and he'll get 2 shots.
He turned around that time, Tim, and got hit by Alvin Holmes, but still had presence of mind to put the ball up, just didn't get it to drop. But he'll get 2 from the foul line. That's probably his biggest Achilles heel is his foul shooting. It's something he'll work on and get better as he continues to play. Oh, got a nice roll that time, but he's got a flat shot. He needs to put a little more arc on it. Got a nice stroke, good, rolls off the hand good. You can see it's just too flat a shot.
1 out of 2 for Proctor, and the lead is 5 for the Crabbers. Nice feed down low. Mac Jones gets fouled, and he'll take 2 shots.
Well, I don't know who was on him. I think Philip Carlton was on him, and he just can't. He's just not big enough body to take care of Mac underneath the basket like that. Good job on Coach Brower's part of recognizing that and getting the ball into Mac underneath the basket.
Jones, his first trip to the free throw line, connects, and he'll get a 2nd shot.
Good shot of Mac that time. Nice release. To see the difference in his free throws and Parker's is that he really has some arc on the ball. It gives it a better chance of going in. Good job of breaking the press.
Oh, my gracious. That was,
that was
definitely
Mac.
No question about that foul.
Mac says, you ain't going to get in the basket. You might get 2 from the foul line.
You're going to earn them. Watch the replay here. You're going to see as the Bruins work it. And then Mac Jones just levels his like number, Samuel Davis, who will get 2 shots. That's that no-fly zone. You're not going to get any points.
And Samuel Davis shoots a flat free throw, too. Got to get some arc on the ball. Better shot that time. Better looking shot.
Just didn't go down.
But they ended up with a rebound. Good job that time by the Bruins.
3-pointer, no good. Batted around and finally controlled by the Crabbers. Zarif. He spots Marcus Higgins. Down the corner, Mac Jones. Tries to get it to Zarif. He does, and Zarif is in tall timber there. And
just nowhere to go with the ball that time. I'm looking. Samuel Davis is now guarding Mac Jones.
Reggie Proctor caused the missed shot at the other end. Now the Bruins on the attack, and that's good from the corner. That is Tim Smith with the 3. So the Bruins now have 5 triples in the ball game. And the lead for Hampton is 4. 5:35 left in the 3rd period. Mac Jones drives, can't get it to stay down, and the rebound comes off for the Bruins. That was Samuel Davis. Davis will put it up, no good. Proctor follows, no good. Tip, no good. Tip again, no good. And finally controlled by the Crabbers. 4 chances for the Crabbers, for the Bruins. And underneath, we've got over the back. I believe that's going to go against Davis.
I believe that's Proctor in it, number 34.
32.
32,
Davis.
I'm sorry, you're right. I was wrong one time.
Hey, but it doesn't happen often.
No, it doesn't.
Per quarter. Mac Jones comes out, and in his place, Jeremy Southern. So it's the football team taking the basketball court here. Or is it the basketball team who plays football?
Well, you think football first because that's the first sport.
Southern drives, dishes back outside. Now the open player in the corner for 3, no good. Good position underneath by Southern, and he is hammered. He'll get 2 shots.
He will that. David Allen in Zooms is recognized as a senior on each of the basketball teams with the highest GPA. These players receive a plaque for outstanding academic excellence. This will be presented at a school board meeting on February the 17th. I think that's the date. We do appreciate David Allen and Zooms for helping us recognize the players that show outstanding academic excellence.
Crabbers hit 3 out of 4 in the first half, have hit 3 out of 3.
These people coming down here to socialize need to socialize at the other end of the court.
They pay us their money, they get to do what they want, but I just wish they wouldn't stand in front of us.
Hampton still in the zone.
Price open for 3, no good, off the heel of the rim. Long rebound comes out to Davis. Davis has it partially blocked. Proctor gets it, feeds underneath for Tim Smith, got it. The Bruins not to be denied.
They kept after it and kept after it. (32-29) Hampton. We are a little more than halfway through the third. We hit the 350 mark. Well, Hampton running that motion offense, but you got to be looking for the guy underneath the baskets open. They missed a couple of them.
Nice jumper in the lane by Marcus Higgins. He's got 7. Hampton up by 5. Bruins now just kind of trying to pull the Crabbers out of that zone. Almost stole it. 3-pointer, no good. Proctor draws the foul.
Tim, let me remind you, let's go back 2 years. We was over at Bethel High School doing a basketball game, and they had 2 freshman guards. One of them was...
I can't remember what I had for lunch, and you want to work on what happened 2 years ago?
Well, one of them was Jason Price, and guess who the other one was? Marcus Higgins. He was at Bethel as a freshman and was one of the guards that was on the varsity that year.
You are correct, almighty one.
They don't call me Carnicki for nothing.
Is that what they call you?
Or was that Hinky?
Or something.
There we go. Now we can see what's going on.
Proctor hits both.
You funny look.
He can look at me all he wants.
Are you looking at me?
Really? Three-point ball game.
Got to hit the man cutting through.
Oh, nice move.
It really was. Nathan Robinson.
That was a pretty move as he got the Bethel player to commit on defense, and then he just made that long step to the basket for the easy bucket. Bruins have a 3-on-1, and we've got contact before the shot.
Yep, before the shot.
So no basket. That one will go against Holmes. That's his 3rd. Walter Brower's team pushed now with Muffin Curry and Johnny Story not in there. You know you're going too deep to the reserves right off the bat. And you got to give some players some breaks. Nice steal. Tim Smith got it.
And there's the turnaround because of a bad pass. You steal a ball, then you throw a bad pass, and the other team comes down and causes you to lose a couple points on your lead. 3-point lead.
And a foul on Jason Price. That one was silly. He just nudged him with the body and got called.
He knew it. He knew it when he did it.
3-point was the difference after one period. 3 points was the difference at halftime. We've got 2:19 to go in the third, and it's still just a 3-point difference. Crabbers started quickly. The Bruins started cold, and ever since they caught up with each other, it's been seesaw.
Playing about the same speed.
Yep. Jeremy Southern stepped on a baseline. Got a little help from the Bruin player, but Not enough that the official justified a call of a foul. Tim Smith, who's played well, and then he traveled.
Well, he must have dragged his pivot foot because I couldn't see it from this end. Because I couldn't see his feet.
2 minutes to go in the third. 2-minute warning. It's a new thing I've just instituted here.
2-minute warning. We go into our.
I can do a lot of different time
we
things.
We go into
here.
our quick offense now?
That's right. Your 2 minute. You got your 2-minute offense, and that's a nice move by Higgins.
Marcus, nice entry pass.
9 points for Higgins in the contest, and the lead is 5 for Hampton. Proctor. Reginald Proctor.
Well, I'm surprised they haven't gone inside him a little bit more without Johnny Story in the ball game.
I'm surprised too, because he's definitely got the height advantage over his defender. And now Hampton wants to take a timeout, a 20-second timeout with 1:06 to go. Reminds me to tell everybody about Zooms. We got all this great food they have over at Zooms. I got it written down here so I don't forget. You know, it's called Beantown Coffee. They got that great coffee that's open all the time.
I want something to eat with that coffee.
And if you want something to eat with that, you got your Krispy Kreme donuts.
All right.
You got your fresh on-the-premises made subs, ham and cheese subs, Coca-Cola, fried chicken, potato wedges, and much more. And if you need some gasoline for your guzzler, Sitco's got it at a good price.
My guzzler?
Well, you don't have a guzzler, but people do.
Well, I know you do.
I do.
You get about 5 miles a gallon now?
5 gallons to the mile. There's Sarah Bowers doing a great job, as always, from one of the high cameras. And the other high cameraman, we'll get him in a minute. That's Nathaniel Don't Rain on Me Braxton. If you count up the weekends that our crew gives up to do the sports here on Channel 46, it's a good, dedicated crew.
And they do a good job, too.
Yes, they do. Less than 45 seconds now as we are looking at a 3-point Hampton lead, and Hampton would like to take the last shot. Of course, if you guard it closely for more than 5 seconds, you've got to give it up, actually for more than 4 seconds. 30 seconds to go. Almost stolen by the Bruins. And a no-look pass right into the hands.
It'd be a silly pass, you know, you're going to hold it that long.
Three-pointer!
Now that hurt. But you just, instead of going with at least a 3-point lead, you now got a tie and you got to score to get a lead with 6 seconds.
And Southern, I don't believe, is aware of the time. At the buzzer, no good. So we've played 3, and it's all tied at 38 all as the Bruins with a 3-pointer just before the end of the third period to tie it up.
We will pick a player of the game for both of these teams, and each player will receive a plaque and a shirt as we watch some of the replay. Plaque comes from Buckwalter Engraving. They're located at Kickotan Road. The shirt comes from Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods, and they're located in Poquoson. We want to thank Dave Buckwalter, the owner of Buckwalters, and John Roberts, the owner of Islander Hardware and Sporting Goods, for their helping us support and recognize a player of the game with a plaque and a shirt.
Bob was telling me that they were dead even in all the categories except for steals. Bethel has 3 more of them. We're tied up at the score, but I listened to the scoring by quarter. Hampton led after 1, 15-12. Then it was 11 each in the second. And in the third period, Bethel took 15 points and Hampton 12. So they first and third were switches. The second was all even. It doesn't get any closer than this.
It really doesn't. And with the
38-0.
statistics, what Bob is saying, you're right.
So the final 8 minutes of regulation, we entered tied all at 38 all.
Oh, nice entry pass. Nice entry pass. I believe the Proctor might have got fouled. No call, but there was a foul on the rebound.
Foul is against Jeremy Southern. That'll be a second. Here's your replay. Right there.
And that was not a bigger foul as the one I thought Proctor got. But
No, he pushed off Tim Smith, though, and that caused the player control foul to be called against Southern, his second. That's 5 against the Hampton as a team and 4 against the Bruins.
oh, nice shot.
Tim
I don't know
Smith.
how he got it up there.
Smith now with 13 in the contest, 9 here in the second half. And a strong candidate for the Bruin player of the game. But there's some other players looking for that one too. Bruins by 2. No good. Batted loose and scrambled for the ball. The Bruins come up with it. Stolen by Hampton. Beautiful block.
Really was, but nice move that time by Keems or Reef to get a chance to get open. He really didn't get up in the air.
You watch the replay here.
Watch, he just really didn't get a chance to even get up there. The guy who blocked it had it zeroed in on him.
During the live action, Tim Smith committed a foul for the Bruins. That's just his first. And the teams each with 5 here in the fourth period. 1-1 does not come into play until there are 7 team fouls against you. This is a 3-pointer for Southern, no good. Holmes with the rebound and sticks it in.
Nice job by Holmes, and that's what he's supposed to do. Get the rebound, take it right back to the basket.
Alvin Holmes with 8 points, 6 of those in the first half. That's his first points of the second half.
Hampton staying in that zone.
That's also Holmes' first rebound of the second half. So he's been kind of non-existent here in the second. Short on the 3-pointer, got a man down the court. He spotted a beautiful play. Marcus Higgins.
Heads up that time. Marcus Higgins took off after the shot was wide open, and Greg Greon says, wait a minute.
That was your wide receiver to the quarterback instead of the other way around.
And that'll show you that they both can throw and they both can catch.
That's right. So Hampton regains the lead by 2, and it gives me an opportunity to remind you that tonight's contest is being brought to you by Zooms with 5 convenient Hampton locations. Did you watch the replay?
We talk about the places in Hampton, but a lot of people that live in Hampton drive in other areas, and there are Zooms in other areas. So it's not just in Hampton.
I did not know that. We need to find out.
Oh yeah, he's got them in Gloucester and on the other side of the river, and hey, you're just David Allen not messing around.
And neither of these basketball teams are messing around either. They're in this one right to the end, 42-40.
They're trying to get Hampton to come out of the zone, but with Hampton with the lead, you can't force them out of that zone. But you got to take smart shots, make good passes, get it to your big guy inside, and that's what you need to do. And that's what Craig Breon said. Hey, let's use Reginald Proctor. We got him. He's bigger than anybody else out there.
42 all. Holmes will try the 3. No good. And controlled by Jason Price in the corner. And a traveling call.
Just a little out of control.
(42-42), 5 minutes left in regulation.
Nice floater by Higgins.
Well, that was a good play all the way around.
Yeah, Higgins. You're right. It was an excellent entry pass to him coming down the lane.
Tim Smith, baseline blocked. And the Crabbers had it and still have it.
It would almost didn't have it.
Zarif for 2.
4 straight points.
7 in the game for Zarif, and it's a 4-point lead for the Crabbers.
Every possession is important when you get this close to the end. You're halfway through the fourth quarter.
Crabbers double Proctor down low, almost throws it away. Price is open. Nice dish and a foul. Good move to the basket by Philip Carlton. He's much more active in this game than he was against Kickingham. Which could be the absence of the big man in there, Mr. Story, to swat those balls away. But Philip Carlton's just done a real fine job of keeping the ball alive underneath.
Yes, he has.
He'll get 2 shots here. Foul was called against number 34, Robinson. That is his 4th. 5 in your history. And again, the free throw line is a real nemesis for the Bruins. They were just 3 out of 10 in the first half. And they are 3 out of 7 in the second half.
Oh, see, that's 6 out of 17? Man, that's terrible. And I know Breon is saying, what do we need to do? We can make the 3-pointers, but we can't make the foul shots?
Carlton gets 1 out of 2. Zarif, I'm told, has 6 rebounds in the ballgame. Not the tallest player out there, but you know, you talked about how players have to step up when you've got 2 key starters out. Was this Hampton team decimated by graduation as Ronald Curry and Bobby Blizzard graduated after last year? Mac Jones for the easy basket.
Nice reverse. Start one way, go the other way. He can't make a foul shot, but he makes the 3. And I know the coach is saying, oh, how can he not do that? But, man, that'll get you back in the game quick.
Johnson with the 3. He has 5 triples in the ball game, and it's a 2-point lead for Hampton. 3:06 to go. Timeout on the court.
Well, it seems like every time Hampton starts to build a little bit of a lead, Carlton pops in a 3, doesn't it?
They just can't, you know, sustain the lead. And to Bethel's credit, they have, you know, could have given up the ghost early, but they just kept on hammering away and have been in the ball game ever since the first quarter. Well, our players of the game will be decided here momentarily. You and I, Bob, have to come up with a couple of tough choices to make here. You've got some real good action here. You want to do Hampton, I'll do Bethel, or vice versa? Hampton with the ball and a 2-point lead. Under 3 minutes to go. Mac Jones will try from outside and hits.
Oh, go get him, Mac.
Mac with 12 points. He's a good candidate for player of the game. He's been real tough. 6 points in the first half and 6 here in the second. Down low, Proctor can't get it to fall. Ball is battled for, and they say it was last touched by the Bruins. Full house here. Hampton by 4. Try to break a 2-game losing streak. Loose ball put up, no good. Mac Jones with the rebound, no. Tip, no. Jones with another one, and whistle and a foul.
I tell you, Mac and Jones and Jeremy Southern were just kind of like playing volleyball, not meaning to, but trying to get the ball to go in the basket. They must have got, what, at least 3 offensive rebounds.
That's exactly correct.
And that foul was not a non-shooting foul, I'm assuming, right? Because there's only 5. Right, there's only 5 team fouls.
Watch it there. And they say the foul occurred before the shot. Hampton has it, and Southern didn't quite get that foot planted.
Well, I think he got it planted, but he drug it.
Yeah. So now with 2 minutes remaining and Hampton up by 4, another timeout is called.
okay?
Yeah, I think our players of the game, and Bob and I have been sitting here kind of silently pointing at names and numbers. Wendell Johnson's just done a fine job with the Bruins. He's got 15 points on 5 threes. Tim Smith had 4 in the first half. He's added 9 more for 13. Reggie Proctor's come on strong, but I'm going to lean to Tim Smith because of his underneath the basket play. He got some key rebounds, some key feeds, and quite frankly, some key baskets when the Bruins really needed them.
And I have no problem with that. And let's go with Mac Jones on the Hampton side. You could very well have gone with Zarif or Higgins, and I mean, just some good ball players out there today.
Alvin Jones has had a good game. Proctor, too strong, batted around, no good. Proctor, yes!
And that's what you keep right on going for it. Reginald Proctor.
Alvin Holmes picks up the foul. That's his 4th.
Well, if you're Hampton, you got to be ready to rebound, because one of the problems with Reginald is he doesn't hit the foul shots very often. But this will be a big time to hit that three-pointer. And he got it.
So that's 3 in a row for Proctor from the free throw line, and quite frankly, he's done much better in the second half. He's 4 out of 5. He's been the only Bruin really that's been anywhere consistent at all now.
Well, we got a timeout as Nathan Robinson checks in for Alvin Holmes for the Crabbers.
Rebounds all even here in the second half, 11 apiece.
While the possession arrow favors the Crabbers. Good shot of Diane Limerick over on the Hampton bench.
I correct myself, that is assists that are all even 11. All the stats that Bob has over here are almost identical for both teams. Rebounds, assists, and turnovers are all even between the two. That's hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. Well, it really is if you look at the score, 50-49.
It isn't always that exact, but it turns out to be. Bethel has 1 more steal, I believe, than Hampton does. Again, we want to thank the folks here at Bethel High School and Coach Kozlowski in particular for all of their assistance.
And we want to thank our crew.
As always, we've talked about them, but let's repeat it again. We got Bev Penn on the replay. We've got Andy Foley on the graphics. I wanted to make him to a different player. I wanted to make him Foley Jones because you're way back to the Hampton days.
You really going back.
Andy Foley. Don Charoux helping out. Scotty Bowers directing. Ron Baton, Nat Braxton, and Sarah Bowers doing the camera work. Great job, ladies and gentlemen. Minute and 17 to go. Hampton up by a 1 point.
Bethel can foul and not put them on the foul line, Tim, because they only have 5 team fouls.
Actually, I think that's a 6.
Well, yeah, see, it looks like 5 from this.
Yeah, we got a little obstruction there by the basket. But
well, that's right. Okay. And you got a timeout now. Hampton's going to bring the ball in bounds. If you're Bethel, you put a lot of pressure on them, try to get a turnover or get a 5-second count. A lot of things you can do, but you don't give them an easy basket.
.71 seconds left in the game. Regulation, I guess I should say. Crabbers, and they throw it away.
That's one thing you don't want to do. But if you have in your mind who you want to get the ball to, you've got to have other options. Nice job by the Bruins.
Yep, they took away the man that the Crabbers wanted to throw it into, and caused them to throw it out of bounds. Almost stolen by Higgins.
And it could have almost been a backcourt.
Less than a minute.
You want to get Proctor underneath the basket. Get him the ball.
Good. Johnson with a bucket. Half a minute to go.
Got a foul on Price. Out in front, that gives them a 1-and-1. But you got to get the first one before you get a chance for the second.
At the free throw line is Zarif.
You can tell this is a nice crowd here tonight.
As you saw the replay. Southern, no! Southern hammered, he'll get 2.
2 rebounds. Jeremy Southern really getting big.
2 offensive boards for Jeremy Southern.
And nothing went off the clock, I don't think.
Very little time. So this will be 2 shots. Fouled in the act of shooting. Southern in this half, 11 rebounds. Well, in the game.
Well, that ties it up, but that also means that the Bruins are going to have the ball for the last shot. And we're going to have a timeout. Woo!
So Southern hits 2 clutch free throws.
We knew it was going to be a good game.
.4 seconds left in regulation.
All right, now if you're Hampton, are you going to press them? Are you going to put pressure on them, bring the ball in bounds? You've been dropping back in that zone. You got to do some changes, and if you're Greg Breon, you got to say, we got to bring the ball down the court, get it inside to our big man. But I don't think Hampton's got anybody's going to stop Proctor. So let's see what they do.
It has been a good one.
Hampton going to pick them up at half court. Look like they're playing man to man. I think Bethel took the shot too soon, but it's not over yet.
Oh, by no means.
Higgins goes to the foul line with a 1-and-1. The best he can do if he makes them both, they got a 3-point lead. 3-pointer will tie it.
A lot of basketball left to be played. Now,
We got another timeout here.
I guess so.
Yeah, it is a timeout. I don't know who called it, but we don't care.
15-6 is the time remaining. They got to be either of both teams have to be fairly close to having used all their timeouts.
Well, that's one thing we're not privy with, or we don't keep up with, because you got your full timeouts, you got your 20-second timeouts, but what a good game. And I tell you, there's not anybody in these stands tonight that's going to be not have enjoyed the game and have gotten their money's worth.
Well, about half of these fans will not be thrilled with the outcome no matter what. But they've gotten their money's worth. And again, we urge you to come out and support high school basketball, high school sports in general. But it's basketball season, and it's a great time to take the family out for a fun night. And this has been excellent. You can hear the crowd. They are in the ball game.
They really are, Tim. And I remember last time Hampton brought the ball inbounds?
Yeah, they didn't.
They threw it away.
And, of course, Bethel will be anxious to foul if they have to. Crabbers. Mac Jones is finally fouled with 6.7 seconds.
Well, that was real smart on Mac Jones. He started for the basket and then backed out. Take time off the clock. 6.7 seconds. If he can make them both, you got a 3-point lead. The best Bethel can do is tie it, send it in overtime.
Yeah.
Big foul shots.
If you're Craig Breon, you wish your players had fouled them more quickly down the other end.
Absolutely. In and out.
And a Hampton Crabber with the rebound and knocks it off the leg of a Bruin.
That was Zarif.
Yep.
Hakeem, nice heads-up play. We got timeout by the Bruins.
That's got to be almost all of them.
Hey, fella.
Let me sit down.
Sit down.
Zarif was on the end line there, battling for the ball, and had the presence of mind because he couldn't control it to bank it off of a Bruin player out of bounds, which keeps possession for the Crabbers with 5.9 seconds.
But you know what really makes a coach, really gets to a coach, is when you've got the inside position on a foul shot and you don't get the missed foul shot.
By the way, we were just showing the three officials, and I'd just like to say that these three guys have done a great job tonight. You know why we noticed that? Because we haven't mentioned it. There hasn't been controversy. They've had the game under control.
They've let the game play, but they haven't let it get out of control. That's a great point that you've made.
But let's give them
Royce
a call.
Bowden, the head man, great job.
Verl
The other two,
Caldwell.
I don't know.
Yeah, Pat Rosenow and Verl Caldwell. And they've just done an excellent job, and they've been non-existent in the description of the game. You know, they just haven't been a factor, which is what you hope for with the officials. So,
Well, that was what was that? About 2 seconds went off the clock.
if that.
Hey, fellas.
Can you guys sit down, please? Thank you.
Well, we're gonna talk about what we're gonna do after the game. So let's stand here in front of the television crew and see what we can do. Big shot by Jeremy Southern.
Southern has had some clutch shots here in the second half. Misses that one, but Mac Jones gets the rebound and gets fouled.
And that's what's hurt. Craig Breon has lost so many close games this year, right into it down at the end, and can't get rebounds.
Well, we're just going to have to rely on this for the conclusion. We're going to look at the monitor, Bob, regardless of what we want to see or not.
Well, the only other thing we can do is grab a microphone and stand up. Well, we wouldn't be able to see that either.
Mac Jones with a key basket.
And if he makes this one, it's all over.
Up by 3 with 3.4 seconds to go. Misses it. It's still available. Tim Smith. Oh, my gracious.
Oh, it was so close.
It doesn't get any closer than that. It hit the rim and went thud as it just died against the rim of the backboard. But Tim Smith released it just as he crossed center court, and the Bruins narrowly missed tying this game up and putting it into overtime. But to the credit of the Hampton Crabbers, they were able to win this game in hostile territory against a good Bethel team without two key starters, Johnny Story and Armando Muffin Curry. But the Bruins started slowly, came back, played well, and just couldn't hold off toward the end there. The offensive rebounds and the work by Mac Jones and others was just too much for the Bethel Bruins to overcome.
Well, it really was, Tim. But if you're Walter Brower, you got to say, our kids are getting more experience. We're getting kids off the bench that are playing and getting a lot of experience because of the two starters are not there. If you're Craig Breon, say, we started bad, we ended great down to the last few seconds, and we missed 3 crucial rebounds that we should have had. And that's the difference in the ball game.
Well, it was a good one. The Hampton Crabbers, it was a 3-point difference after 1. It was a 3-point difference at halftime. It was tied after 3. And finally, 3 was the number to work with as the Crabbers won by 3, going to the free throw line, and Mac Jones, the Hampton player of the game, being an instrumental player in the final outcome. Our other player of the game, Tim Smith, and again, congratulations to him. And Wendell Johnson, just a super ball game for Wendell. Hit a 2-pointer that made it a big game toward the latter part. But Tim Smith, our Bethel player of the ball game. The final score again, the Hampton Crabbers 54 and the Bethel Bruins 51. We want to thank Zooms for their sponsorship tonight, along with Wood Funeral Home, where Richard Pulley is the funeral director. I want to thank our crew again for Bob Hintz and for Bob Killam. This is Tim Cole. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.